Would you like to support Cubs Out Loud? One way is to join us over on Patreon. For as little as $1 a month, patrons get early access to our shows, the pre and post show, and various other rewards. You can learn more at patreon.com/Cubs Out Loud. Thanks to all our patrons for their support in making this podcast. It's Sunday, May 10th, 2026. I'm Jeff.
Who's your bear? That's right. I am your bear.
I'm Damon.
I don't brew the tea, I just serve it.
And that makes me Gary.
Everyone else is thinking it, and I just say it.
Welcome to Cubs Out Loud, the Bear Podcast of Indeterminate Length, episode number 824. Flawless intro. No faults. Perfect. Nothing was screwed up in this at all. I'm proud of myself.
Sure,
That's what the
Jan.
end says.
Anyways, I'm going to play this even though it's not officially one of these episodes. Let's talk about sex. Because, Gary?
So did you get the joke from the title of the episode?
Yes,
Uh-huh.
in sync.
Great. Okay. Anyways. What it's like to bomb as a comedian. Got it. All right. So,
It's gotta be...
well, do you know what the MM stands for?
Yes.
Masturbation month.
Or masturbation May. Anyways, it's all the same thing.
Never mind.
No, it's all right. Yes, we're back discussing. It's been a couple of years since we've actually technically talked about this. To a whole month. The whole month. And listen, it is technically May 10th right now. So have you already squandered the first 9.75 days of the month of May? Have you not been celebrating? I don't mean the two of you. I don't technically want to know. This is more rhetorical.
I celebrate every day. 365 and 366 on a leap year.
So yes, it's a whole month dedicated to self-love. So we're going to talk about preventing cancer and making your own content, some tips, just general things about this. What I find interesting is I don't see this being promoted very much, and yet it's still a thing. So it's not like it went away or it isn't still being recognized. I just feel like for some reason there's not as much discussion in the intertubes.
Yeah. I recall seeing a few things on my feeds, on my social feeds mentioning it, but that was very early in the month, maybe right around May 1st, May 2nd, but not seeing much else.
Mhm.
Are we downplaying it this year? Or
I don't know.
Yeah.
So there is an Old Vice article from 2013 that I linked. What I find ironic is that it's called Tips for Celebrating International Masturbation Month. And then you read it and it's like, if you're not paying attention, it's like two sort of paragraphs. Their website's not great. And you have to kind of keep going to get some of the other content. And I'm like, I guess those are tips. I don't know if I'd call them that.
When I read the article, it felt more like satire.
That could be true.
Like
I don't
they
think it's
were
meant to be satire, which is weird.
Right.
That's kind of the worst part. If it's meant to be informational, an actual word. Okay. Informative. That's the actual word.
Mhm.
If it's meant to be informative, not really.
Right.
But I agree with you, Jeff. It feels a little like satirical.
like it
Maybe.
feels more like an article from the Onion.
Yeah, that's fair. So, for a little historical context, those that don't know, National Masturbation Month began in 1995. So here we are, 21 years later. Technically, when we last discussed this, it was just reaching maturity as adulthood at 18 years. So, for those of you that weren't around or don't recall, a few months earlier, back in 1995, the prior Surgeon General, Dr. Jocelyn Elders, was fired for saying that masturbation should, quote, perhaps be discussed, end quote, as part of young people's sex education. And unfortunately, it cost them their job. Do you know who was president at that time?
In
Our current one.
95? No. 95, no.
Oh,
Was the
Someone,
first Bush?
someone who had their own sex scandal.
Oh, it was Clinton.
Yeah, the one with the blue dress. Yeah,
That was a different kind of.
I think that's why the irony is not lost.
for some reason, I was thinking about a different date.
That's okay. So, yeah, it's kind of been going ever since then, in that case. But in terms of the tips, one of them they gave was say no to a booty call. I think it's interesting that they actually put it that you could respond with, normally I would, but it's International Masturbation Month.
They will completely understand. In fact, praise you for supporting such an important social cause. See, this is one of the reasons why I think it's satire. And,
Yeah.
and you know, it could be, look, it's masturbation. It doesn't mean you couldn't be part of a circle jerk. You know, you can still have two people in the same room and masturbate at the same time.
Here's the thing. This article from the Vice is 13 years old.
Mm-hmm.
It is now just turning into a teenager. So it is a bit dated referentially for its time. And here's why. The very next tip is tell all your friends you're about to masturbate. And the very first sentence after that is a simple Facebook status will do.
Look, there are people who still use Facebook.
I mean, yes, but that's not. I mean, I'm also not. No, I'm good. I don't think I need like my cousins and my aunt.
Right.
And
Well,
Right,
you
right.
you can select. There's ways of setting it so it's only
Fair.
certain friends.
only certain
friend
people.
groups.
Yeah, true.
But that's
Still,
not the platform I think of when it comes to that.
no. Yeah. Although
It never
I'm not gonna
really
share that on-
was.
probably not going to share that on like my B Sky. I'm gonna like spread the information. Now, videos of me, yes. Telling people that I'm about to, no, not really.
Next tip that the Vice gave was masturbate everywhere you go.
Oh, Jesus. This is
Do it
again.
everywhere. Parks,
This is again.
bathrooms, restaurants, weddings, movie theaters, funerals. If any cops try to arrest you, simply explain to them that you are celebrating a month-long international holiday.
Again.
If they still feel it's necessary to arrest, remind them that interfering with an international holiday could sever U.S. relations with major foreign allies, possibly bringing about a third world war. Boy, did that
Again?
not age well.
No.
Again, this is one of the reasons why I say satire.
Satire.
Yeah.
It feels so okay. Let's talk about this for a second. I kind of understand the rationale, but also I believe there's a time and a place, for anything and everything. I don't think you should just be like randomly like whacking it off during your grandma's funeral. Like that feels weird. I'm just gonna say it like that. It doesn't feel like the time and place, like running off to the bathroom. God, I hope you are. To like do it there. Um, no. Wedding, no.
Well, so you're probably not in really an emotional state to masturbate
Yeah,
there.
yeah. Through that. Are you gonna get the benefits? I don't know if you will. If it's like so rushed. And I mean, because it's gonna have. I mean, I would hope you're rushing. I'd rather you not. Like, if there's only because usually like places like that don't have like large bathrooms where they're multi-stall or whatever. It's usually like a single use
I
bathroom.
mean, it could be during the wake at like some sort of like conference room hall, party hall or something like that.
True.
And who knows? Maybe they have glory holes.
I would be scared to use a glory hole at a funeral parlor. I'm just gonna say that right now. I'm just gonna say it. I don't know why I feel like I need to say it, but I'm gonna say it.
Sometimes wakes aren't necessarily at a funeral hall. Probably
say,
at a church.
What if the wake is at a bathhouse? I mean, you know.
I mean,
You got a funeral.
That would be for certain appropriate people.
No. I'm gonna go.
Someone who's a big person, the adult entertainment industry.
Or
and maybe it's actually very appropriate. You celebrate their life by doing it at a bathhouse.
Right. The last tip in this particular article is write erotic fan fiction for your genitals.
Mm-hmm.
Which one of us in particular may have some experience with that.
No.
No?
Definitely not for my genitals.
Okay. I thought you found some of it stimulating, that's all.
Well, yeah, but not in the way that she's referring to it.
Oh.
If you're not very good at writing erotica, buy a copy of Henry Miller's Tropic of Cancer and replace all character names with my dick or my vagina.
Yeah.
Or if you've named your specific genital equipment, you could replace it by their names. Like little Jeffrey here. I don't name my dick little Jeffrey. I'm just making a reference joke.
I'm glad.
Yeah.
I am too. I'm really glad.
I don't have an issue personally with people giving names to their body parts. I will say, however, I don't see myself being in a relationship with anybody who does name their body part and want me to refer to it by their name, because I just think it's dissociative. I'm just not.
Yeah. I This is an episode, y'all.
Well, we're just discussing this old Vice article.
I will have to know. This podcast has been around longer than that article has existed. So, there.
Yes. Uh-huh.
It's true.
Therefore, we are more mature than that article.
Mm-hmm. That's why we're making fun of it.
But that being the case, let's move on to a much more current article. And this is why I said it's still a thing now. So PR Newswire made a press release for the quote unquote beat cancer off. And this is from March 31st. So the nonprofit cancer organization F Cancer, together with VML Health, has launched the quote unquote beat cancer off as a bold new awareness campaign built around a striking scientific insight. And that is men who ejaculate 21 or more times per month may reduce their risk of prostate cancer by up to 22%. This is according to a landmark health professionals follow-up study, which was one of the largest and longest running studies of its kind. So the campaign consists of an original song, an animated video, first ever smartphone app to track and prompt. So I guess this is like, the menstruation apps, like you tell it that you've gotten off that day. It also prompts you to get off every single day. And I feel like this campaign, on a side note, was not necessarily very effective because I've heard nothing about it other than reading this article and discussing it now. So yeah.
Wow. The 21 times a month, 21 or more times a month.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So 3 weeks out of 4.
If you're doing it once a day.
Correct.
That's
Or
Are you saying that's
Monday
a lot?
through Friday,
Yeah.
take weekends off.
Yeah, you can do that. Are you really thinking that's a lot?
A month, yes. For me, okay, fine. I guess for me, ejaculating 21 plus times a month is a lot. But again, that's me. I don't.
And it doesn't have to say once a day.
True.
It doesn't say that. It just says 21 times, which means if you have a few days where maybe you're just very horny all day for some reason and jack off 3 or 4 times, well, that's 3 or 4 days. You don't have to. The only thing is, I don't understand how you can just have a date. And here's the thing is, this is talking about ejaculating, not necessarily masturbating. Masturbation can provide a source of ejaculation, but it doesn't mean that you have to be masturbating to do it. You can do whatever thing that ends up getting you off.
Fair.
Yeah.
But it's also masturbation month, so it's kind of, that's the theme of the month.
Yeah. I think it's interesting that one of the things they did for the campaign is that they sent influencers a limited edition 21 tissues box. So there were 21 tissues numbered 1 through 21 and a QR code linking back to the F Cancer site.
Hey, it's a great way to keep track if you're doing it
mean,
enough times during the month.
That's fair.
Now they also partnered with Pair of Thieves, which is a sock manufacturer, to create a 21 sock pack.
Oh my god!
Which is,
you have to do underwear.
Which is a little weird because technically those are reusable.
Yes.
So
unless they disintegrate, which I'm guessing they're probably not the highest of quality.
That's possibility.
But I do think yes, more than once. So yeah, I find that pretty interesting to say the least.
Sorry, I am looking at the Beat Cancer Off website, and it is so tongue in cheek. Like the just some of the like the visuals are just like the scroll down like areas where it's like, oh, you can look at this, and then it's talking about the different ways you um different ways you say, jerking off. It kind of gives like several different ones, and the visuals are kind of funny. And then there's the what frequent ejaculation does, and it gives all of these little um, moments, but they're things that shaped like penis jaw. Let's just call it what it is. Like they're not they're abstract penises. It's just funny, and I was
I think it's meant to
totally
because it sparks
yes,
attention.
yes, it's meant to. Yes.
Oh, boo. The Tracker app is only available apparently on Apple.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that seems crazy because
Sorry
that
to all
sounds
you
like
Android users.
that sounds like something that's more would be on Android than it would be on Apple.
Right, because Apple's so scrutinous about things that have to do with sex, so it is kind of wild.
Peeling banana, milk the moose, wrestle the eel. Buttering the corn doesn't quite necessarily fit with the specific thing, just based off the way it's. I don't know. It seems weird. The graphic makes it think it's referring to something else. Tocar bonha, shiko shura. Having a wank, mash the potatoes. Shake the weight.
Love how we're taking a moment to look at the site.
Oh, it says beta version available now. So I bet it's not like right now they're developing on Apple, but maybe unless they're referring to the watch
Mm-hmm.
tracker. I don't know, little
I'm
late for
watching the
advance.
video.
Oh, are you? I can't. I don't want to watch it right now because I'm a little worried.
My favorite thing is this is something that's available in YouTube.
I'm assuming it has some adult like filters.
Possibly. Just the thumbnail.
I do think
Giving Gary
I do
some time
appreciate
to watch the video.
finish watching the video.
I can't play it right now.
Probably a minute and a half.
Okay.
After it
I
goes through a lot of euphemisms, it finally gets to stating some of the statistical like stuff towards the end.
Mhm.
Anyways,
That's good.
it is interesting to say the
Maybe
least.
I'll watch it. Maybe I'll watch it later. But I mean, I'm glad that this is like I understand the premise behind it. I don't like you said, Gary. I don't think this campaign was as successful as it was trying what it could have been. But
Well, what I find odd is, and maybe they turned it down. I'm like, why didn't all the cruising apps have ads for this?
mm,
Unless the cruising apps felt it was antithetical to their purpose, which is more about hooking up than solo.
true.
But they could have spun it in a certain direction and been like,
If you can't find somebody, find yourself.
right. And if you have, some fun with somebody else, do it to beat off cancer. Do you know what I mean? Like there's a whole different way
There's a
they
way
could.
to make it. Yeah. There's a way to make it work.
So So I give them an A for ingenuity and like, the kind of fun of it. I just also think wasn't quite as successful as maybe they wanted it to be.
Mhm.
And I'm saying that as a person who thinks I am the target audience. Perhaps I'm not. I don't know. I'm over 40. I am a person with a prostate, so
All three of us are over 40.
right. And that's kind of one of the statistical things that they focus on. So that's why I'm like, okay.
Well, prostate cancer is a thing, and as we get older, it's going to be a thing for a while.
Right. One of the things they
Sure.
talk about in this press release is that a 2025 meta-analysis of 29 studies involving more than 315,000 participants further confirmed that showing higher ejaculation frequency was linked to a 17% reduction in prostate cancer risk overall. So more you have frequency of ejaculation, there are 5 key points. You help flush out chemicals and potential carcinogens from the prostate. You reduce intraprostatic inflammation. You reduce tiny crystal deposits that may have been linked to prostate cancer. You would support the immune system's ability to detect abnormal cells and lower stress-related signals that can encourage prostate cell growth.
Mm.
I also like how it says, this is kind of their little footnote, the campaign emphasizes that ejaculation is one potential risk-reducing behavior, not a guarantee against prostate cancer, and not a replacement for medical evaluation.
True.
Which is fair.
That's where the lawyer stepped in and said, you must protect yourself from liability because somebody will sue your ass if they think they got prostate cancer despite jacking off all the time.
Well, and also explicitly stating it instead of expecting everybody to read the
Fine print.
what was it, 15 to 20%, 22% chance reduction of preventing or something like that, or less likely. Still,
Right.
that's less than a quarter of being full on flat out prevention.
Mm.
Like you could masturbate and you would never get, just by masturbating or ejaculating, I should say, frequently with a certain amount of frequency, minimum frequency, then that would be 100%, but we're down to 22 at the max with the culminating studies actually going down to 17. That's still, it's good, it's helpful, it is a factor that can help, but always looking at other things. So just reading that and being like, oh, I'm not going to get prostate cancer. Well, it's a 22%, 17 to 22%. So
Yeah.
doesn't guarantee anything,
Yeah.
but can help.
Right. So, with that being said, there's also another link. So there is a platform/website called Bait World, as in BATE
Mm-hmm.
World, which is kind of like a Cam4/Chatterbait type circumstance where the whole purpose of everybody on there is to be masturbating, to view each other like in a group or solo or whatever. I find it interesting because they did a make your own content for this month post. It's not very long, but they basically say that this month is the baiter season. An entire month of the year dedicated to the normalization of penis masturbation, which I don't agree with that last part. I'm like, I think it's just normalizing masturbation, period.
Right.
I don't think it's about a specific genital.
No.
But they had an artist do a rendering, and they have merch. If you would like a print, T-shirt, a mug, swag bag, apparently. Which I'm not really sure where you're going to take such things, because if you don't live in the Castro or, very specific places where this would be understandable, items to have. I just find that curious. Because, yeah, like I'm looking through their regular store. Some of them you could probably see people would wear out in public, and unless you're paying attention, you wouldn't really catch it. Like Strokemore University. There's like some tongue-in-cheek things like Master Bay Tours. It's a pun. But then there's some where I'm like, yeah, you would only wear these at like specific events or out to the bar. Like the one that says my other shirt, the cum rag.
I mean, yeah, you're not wearing that to go grocery shopping. I mean, unless you're, like you said, grocery shopping in like Castro. Like us here in like the Midwest-ish area, probably not. Although I know some people who are probably brave enough to do it and would do it, fine, no problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
And there are some folks I know that would probably wear a bunch of these based on the content that they make. Oh, no, they didn't. Hold on. I gotta see this.
Uh-oh.
Is that a part of the design? It is. So they made a mouse pad. And it looks like it has something on it.
Oh.
But from what I can tell, it's actually in the design that got printed, not like.
I'd see it. That's great.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah. It's reasonable. $15 for a mouse pad. I
think I'm good. Because I know myself. I like look at it every day and be like,
yeah. You like getting the wipeout. You'd be like,
grab a paper towel or something.
Yeah,
no.
Tissue. Oh, God, that's right. That's right. Oh, it's part of the design.
Right. David every day would be like channeling, what is it, Shakespeare? Out, damn spot. He would just be like,
right. Yeah. What the hell? Oh.
Yeah. Anyway.
Looking at oh gosh, I got to get a bigger picture. Yeah. Like it does definitely look like it's like a stain. And I know it's intentional, but still.
Well, and it is a rubberized surface. Like it says 100% polyester surface with a natural rubber base. So it's not a cloth topped mouse pad where you might think like something got on it and then altered it, like like bleached it or whatever may have happened. I do think that's funny. So yeah, there's that.
But it looks so real.
Yeah. At least in the picture. Oh,
they did a really good job of rendering.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I don't. These are cute. Okay, I have to stop looking at shirts because I will buy one. Not again, like tongue-in-cheek shirts to wear to a bear run, a bear event. Like, cool. Like that sounds amazing. Like, fun to wear, fun to have on. Yeah. I wore our coalition of connected Kingsters shirt to bear runs a couple of times, and I really like it.
Coalition of Connected Kinksters.
Hmm. Did I say
Connected.
collected?
You said collected.
I said collected. I meant to say connected. That's on me.
I think you were thinking of like coalition and collective.
Uh huh.
That was
That's exactly what happened.
Probably where it happened. So,
Hmm.
but yeah, if you are part of the coalition of Connected Kinksters, we've got shirts for you. Ding.
Mm.
Zazzle.com/Cubs Out Loud.
Is there anything else you'd like to discuss for this particular topic?
All
We
right.
can't get over 24 plus times.
I really would like to hear people actually reply. Is without even having it being without it being masturbation month specifically, do you just how many of you naturally ejaculate at least 21 times during a month? Just a written, a voicemail, raise of hand. Contact us by various methods, because I feel like we're at that point, unless we have any other things.
Yeah, I do kind of want to know. The idea of, like I said, I know it's doable.
Well,
I
I'm curious
personally-
about something. I'm curious about something, David, since the way you said in the episode, were you never a once a day person?
No, I've never been a once a day person.
Okay.
Even when I would like, no. I will have, okay. In recent months, I will have a spurt of like a week of like spurts. I get it. I just realized I said it. And then
Mm-hmm.
anyway,
just keeps coming. No, it's okay. Go ahead. Get it out there.
Damn it, Gary.
Just spit it out.
Oh, I don't spit. I spit. I do. Anyway, as I was saying,
now I'm a bit judgy of you, but still.
Fuck shit. Anyway, oh, damn it. As I was saying, I have like, I'll like once, like every day for like a week or maybe a few days, like once a day, like that, and then I'm good. But most of the time, like I don't recall having to do it or wanting to do it every day. Or like, ejaculating every day. I'll put it like that. But yeah, but that could be habit, time. Like all honesty, probably more than likely has to do with time. Like that was the thing I was thinking about. Like usually I'm when it's time for me to go to bed, I go to bed. When I'm waking up in the morning, I have to get up and get ready. I don't have a whole lot of like time. I don't I don't normally think about it. I don't really. I'm trying to like yes, I have a husband and yes, like those kind of things. That's the thing too. But like
Right.
for the most part, I'm not really as needing to do it. Do I fall like I said, I have like moments where I fall into like a pattern of doing it every day, but it's maybe a few days and then I'm good. And that's changed a bit.
Yeah. The reason why I asked is it was obvious to me that your answer was going to be no because of how you were like commenting, and I was like, okay. It is more obvious to me based on what Jeff had said, and I know for myself there was a time that was the norm for decades,
Mhm.
Like it was a daily routine thing, if not more often at some points. But with time, that has changed, and it is definitively not with such frequency. But I chalk that up to age and just
For sure.
changes with body and different
That's
stuff. I
true.
was over the winter. I was on a um, it was a dual anti-anxiety depression medication for a little bit. My PCP and I had talked about some stuff with my mental health, and he was like, we can start with a super low dose of a generic, very common medication that's been around for a very long time. They failed to mention a certain side effect. And I noticed it after the first week. I was like, what's going on here? So I thought about it, and then I looked it up, and I was like, yep, that would be a side effect. And part of it was like a reduction in just general like interest. But
Mm-hmm.
then also a side effect of it was never really reaching orgasm. So like
Hmm.
not only like was I like not really as interested, but then I would when I would dedicate time, because it was the other thing. It wasn't like in the past where it would be like, quick 10 minutes, be done. I was noticing like there's a lot more time and effort being put in. So then I was paying a lot of attention to that. And then I also noticed I was like I'll just say it, the first time I had an orgasm after I'd been taking the medication for probably a week and a half, 2 weeks, I was relieved and elated in a really like weird way, because I was greatly concerned that that might never happen again. Like
Mm.
if I was on the medication and I was going to stay, and it was meant to be temporary, but I thought, if this really works and I have to stay on this, like, going forward, I don't like this side effect. I'm not really happy about this. Um, would I have to intentionally stop taking it if, I want to be able to do certain things? So it was a whole like kind of mental journey in a way. So yeah, when I had the quote unquote first orgasm after taking the medicine for a while, I was like, okay, it's possible, it's achievable, it's just not like it used to be. So
Mm.
yeah, yep. So my main point is I do think it will change with time, and certain things uh will have factors in it. Medication's a big part of it, diet can be a big part of it, um stress, sleep,
Yeah. Yeah.
all of that stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah. Like guess for me, like as a that's a good point. I'm trying to think because I've been on like heart pressure. God bless it, blood pressure medications for a few years now, and I don't. I'd have to look if that's one of the side effects, but I know it's not as easy for me to stay as turgid as I would like to be, um, and that was concerning. But
Mhm.
also, I wasn't really. I was okay with it because I wasn't really as wanting to do it as much as I was before. So maybe it is a bit of both. Maybe it is medication and age and stress combinations, possibly.
And I think there's something to be said about like, I mean, both for sex and also for masturbation, like it can be meditative. Like it can be something that you put your focus and your energy into to not try to be distracted by other things. Um, because that can be like, a balance that you're trying to hit. And that means like not thinking about work, not thinking about bills, not thinking about, just life, family, friends, whatever the stuff may be. Um, so I think we presume a fair amount of like fantasy, in what we absorb and what we see from others or what we think about, that like the sex is the only thing that's happening in the moment and that's what the focus is. And I think that's an understandable presumption, but there's a very different reality. We all have lives. We all have things that are going on. So it's understandable that people would be distracted by stuff.
That's fair.
And for you, Jeff, it's just part of the routine.
I wake up, I grab my iPad before I get out of bed. I go to bed, I grab my iPad, then go to sleep.
And for those out there that are listening, I think Jeff means a literal iPad, like an Apple product, not a euphemism as a name that he gave his.
That would have been I grabbed my iPad, not I grabbed. Or what do you think, my?
I said
You were
my.
saying my.
My
Okay,
iPad
never
is
mind.
right there on my nightstand. It is a tool to help me with what I'm working on while I'm lying in bed, buck naked.
Hmm. Never mind. I'm not so sorry. My head, I was the thing that the thought that goes right around my head. I was usually not one that did it. I don't always do it in bed. Like, let me
I mean,
rephrase.
I don't always
Let me
do it,
rephrase.
either, but I mean that's
But like,
frequently where I'm doing it.
what was I gonna say? It's. I'm a fan of cleaning up. I have to like wipe down and clean up. So it's usually let me do it someplace else because I'm not gonna like do it in bed. If I'm laying down and going to bed, I'm going to bed. Like I said, like most of the time. Have I done it in bed? Yes, but like most of the time, if I'm doing it, it's someplace where I can then like get up and clean up or something available to clean up with, and then go to bed.
There's a reason why I have a towel next to my bed.
Hmm. Nope. I'm just gonna. We should end the show.
It's getting awkward. All right. So here's our poll. Here's our request for feedback from our listeners. Do you successfully meet the 21-day quote unquote requirement for helping prevent prostate cancer in yourself? Let us know by reaching out to us in many ways, such as going to our website, cubsoutloud.com, leaving a comment on our blog. Shoot us an email at cubsoutloud@gmail.com. Leave us a voicemail at 361-COL-TALK. That's 361-265-8255. And keep in mind, any of these, you could just let us know you want to remain anonymous. If you want to, it's fine. Fine. You can also find us on Blue Sky, Facebook, Tumblr, and YouTube at Cubs Out Loud, the appropriate place of the URL. You can join our Entourage Telegram chat at bit.ly/telegram-COL. You can join or find out when we're planning on recording these shows by going to our Google Calendar at bit.ly/calendar-COL. You can also get various shirts, mugs, handy towels over at zazzle.com/cubsoutloud. Some of those designs were designed by Smash. You can find more of his work at tpublic.com/user/SmashTheBear. You can also become a patron at patreon.com/cubsoutloud or send us a donation at paypal.me/cubsoutloud. You can find us on the various podcasting platforms. Apple Podcasts, Amazon, Spotify. Find me anywhere on the internet as BoxCub. You can also read my story Match by going to bit.ly/match AO3. Damon.
If wishing in touch with me, you can find me as TheaterCub79. That's TheaterCub79 on most related sites, or actually here on Discord that we record through. Or you can find me as Pup Umbra79 on Blue Sky. That Blue Sky is definitely not safe for work. If you want safe for work stuff, you want DMA Gamer79 on Blue Sky or TikTok. Gary.
If you'd like to get in touch with me, you can pretty much find me anywhere online as GareBear73.
And with that, say goodnight, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Have a good one, y'all.